Hello everybody, it's Elena, and in today's video we are building these two townhouses in the new world of Santa Coya, which we just got with the Growing Together expansion pack that came out last week as of right now. So as you can see, I built two townhouses and I tried to do a mix of styles for these homes. So one of them, the one to the right, is more modern and it has interesting little bump outs and weird stuff going on that makes it quite modern in my opinion. And then the one to the left is more traditional, and I really wanted to do a mix of styles this way because I feel like that is something I see pretty often, just in real life when I walk around my own city and whatnot. I see very traditional and old buildings that are connected to these more modern and contemporary buildings, and when it's done right I think it looks really good. However, there are a lot of instances where it's done so wrong and it's just completely disgusting. I hate the way it looks, but yeah, I do like it when it's done right, and I really wanted to try to do something like that in this build. So I feel like I did a pretty good job of it. I do feel like these houses look good together, but they definitely have two separate and pretty different styles. So I hope you all like it as well. I had a lot of fun building these two townhouses, and I only decorated one of them. I decorated the one on the right, which is the more modern one, and I had a lot of fun decorating it, and it has this glass room house sort of thing. I don't even know. It has this modern glass thing in the middle, between the two houses, and I think it's really cool, and I really wanted to do something like that in between the two houses, and it is connected to the modern house. It's not for the traditional one, if that makes sense. And both of the houses are 3 stories tall, and the glass thing in the middle is also 3 stories tall. And on the first floor of that little thing I put a family room where I put one of the new fun pianos that we got in the new pack, and just I don't know, some sitting spaces I guess, so you can sit and listen to other people playing the piano and just hang out and have a good time together as a family. And then on the second floor there's a mezzanine level sort of thing going on, which I thought was pretty cool and interesting. And then I put a hangout room as well, where I put a TV and one of those, I guess they are supposed to be Xboxes or PlayStations things that we got with City Living, so the family can sit there and play video games on the TV. And then on the third floor of the glass house I put a little greenhouse sort of thing, I guess, where I put some planter boxes so you can grow some fun stuff in that room. And I thought that was very fun, and I had a lot of fun building this entire lot, but especially the little glass thing in the middle of the two houses. But yeah, the house to the left, I did also do a floor plan for this one, although I will say I don't think the floor plan is the best one ever, but I did my best, and it was just kind of a weird shape for a building, and it was kind of challenging to do the floor plan, and I think it worked out okay in the end, but it's not the best one. And it does have room for well, it has 2 bedrooms, so you can have a family of 3 Sims or something in that house, and then it has 1.5 bathrooms. And in the house that I decorated I put 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, and I would say that this house fits a total of well, let me see, 2 parents, 2 infants, 2 children, and then a tween sort of thing. What is that, 7 Sims in total? Yeah, I don't know, it fits a lot of people, and I really wanted to have room for a big family because I feel that is just what this new pack is about. It's a family pack, so I wanted to have room for a bunch of Sims. But on the third floor is where we've got the parents' bedroom and then the infants' bedroom, because I wanted the little infants to be close to the parents, so the parents can wake up in the middle of the night and take care of the infants, so they're not too far apart. And then the older kids are on the second floor, so the story beneath the parents and whatnot. And then I put 1 bigger bedroom for 2 kids, and 1 well, it's not even that much smaller, but 1 that's a little bit smaller for a single kid. And I was thinking that kid is a tween sort of thing, maybe 11 to 13 years old. So I was thinking that most of these kids are pretty young, and it is for a young family, this house. And I think it's really cool, and I had a lot of fun decorating it, and I feel it's very family-esque and cozy on the inside while still being modern. And I also feel they have quite a few thrifted items, and I was just thinking that this family is very wealthy and well off, because I feel you have to be to live in a pretty big townhouse like this one in such a nice location. Like, look at the view, it's absolutely gorgeous. So this place would definitely be super expensive, and I definitely feel like these people are super rich, and I just like wanted the house to be like, I don't know, cute on the inside and very cozy and family-esque. And I was thinking that these people are very like environmentally conscious, so they do like to thrift at least some of their items, and I tried to make that like visible in the house and whatnot. And then I was thinking that on the little like 3rd-story garden, the one in the greenhouse, they can grow some fruits and vegetables so they can be a little bit self-sufficient that way. I thought that was pretty fun. And then they do also have a backyard. It's super small because, you know, this lot is like not super big. This is a 20 by 30 lot, and it has 2 houses on it, so of course the backyards were not super big, but they do have a backyard with a little patio where they've got a grill and a dining table, and then there's just like a grass area where I think I put a yoga mat and the little microscope thing. I don't know, I didn't want to like fill it up too much so it would be too busy out there, but I think it's very cute, and I had a lot of fun building this house, if I have not said that like a million times already. But yeah, I hope you all like it as well. This video is fairly long, but I did cut out quite a lot of footage because even when I had sped it up to the amount that I wanted it to be sped up to, it was still super long, like around 30 minutes, and I didn't really feel like it was necessary to do a 30-minute video for this house. So yeah, I did end up cutting quite a lot of footage out, and I cut out the parents' bedroom because I don't think that's like the most interesting house or room in the house, rather, because it's just like for the parents. But I did show you all the like kids' bedrooms just because I feel like kids' bedrooms are a lot more fun to see than parents' bedrooms. They just like have a lot more personality, at least the ones that I make. I really want to get better at doing like very personalized and fun and cozy parents' bedrooms, but I have not really done that lately, and I have not done that in this build. So yeah, that's a little sad, but I did not end up keeping the parents' bedroom in the video, although there is of course a screenshot of it at the end, so you can see it at the end, and you probably will catch a glimpse or two of it throughout this video because, you know, it's in the house, so you will probably see it. But yeah, I did also just like cut some of the exterior out and whatnot, but I do feel like you get to see the most important parts, which is what I wanted for this video. Of course it is, yeah. And as I did say at the beginning of this video, I wanted to do these 2 townhouses where like one style is vastly different from the other, but they're still like connected and whatnot, because that is a thing that I see fairly often like out in the real world. It's super realistic to me because like sometimes a modern new house is just built next to and like up against a very old one, a very traditional one, and sometimes it works and sometimes it does not. And I personally am 9 out of 10 times like basically always a bigger fan of the traditional house, just because I do like traditional houses a lot better. Like, I like old homes. I think they're super beautiful, and old buildings with a lot of beautiful details and whatnot. I love them so much. I think it's absolutely gorgeous, and I love old houses so much. So for the most part, like when it's done wrong, I think it's such a shame when really modern and contemporary builds that are super just like flat and boring and just don't have any fun details at all are built next to these beautiful old buildings. I think it's so sad and horrible because like, why would you do that? And I think the worst culprits, I guess, of this crime is when a like 70s-ish house is built next to these really beautiful houses. And I feel like the 70s houses that I see around my area are just so horrible. So when they're built next to these really beautiful homes, it's just, it angers me. I hate it. It just, it's so ugly. And I feel like it's just a crime that should be punished by death, okay? Listen, I don't believe in the death penalty, but I'm willing to make an exception. No, I'm kidding. But I think it's really bad when people do that, because I love these old buildings so much, and then they build these awful buildings next to them. So I hate it so much, and it just makes me angry to look at, right? But I feel like over the past few years or something, where I am in Copenhagen, the architects and whatnot, the people that are like designing the buildings that go next to the old and traditional buildings, have definitely gotten more conscious of like the way that these ugly ugly houses that don't have any details at all kind of like ruin the look and the whole vibe that these old and beautiful buildings have. So it's like such a shame to put these really old and ugly buildings next to them, and it just really like ruins the entire street. So to me, it definitely seems like they've gotten more conscious of that. So sometimes I do see some very pretty modern buildings that are built next to these old buildings, and it just like looks really good together because there has been put like basically as much care and attention into these modern houses as they put into the old house back in the day when that one was made. And I really like when they like restore the older buildings so it looks like just completely clean and so like sharp and fresh and whatnot, and then there's a beautiful modern house next to that. I think it looks really, really good, and I really like when they do that. So I wanted to do something similar to that because I don't think that's a crime. I think that's a very good thing, because obviously like sometimes you just have to tear a house down for one reason or another, and you can't just leave the spot open, because at least like in a place like Copenhagen, the lots are super, super expensive and people want to live everywhere, so you have to fill up like every lot and make it like livable, I guess. So you have to build a new house. So it's just really good that the designers have gotten more conscious of it, and I really like that they have decided to make some more pretty buildings. But I don't know, I still don't really love it that much. I still really prefer when a street is just like filled with one style, and mainly I like it when they're filled with like modern, or I mean like traditional buildings, because I really just like the old traditional style. If I have not made that clear, I really like it. I think it's so pretty and beautiful, and I just really like those little like details and figurines that sometimes are on the buildings. I think it's absolutely gorgeous, and I love to look at the like very small and like fun details that you don't notice when you just like take a look at it just like for a second, but you have to look at the house closer and for a few minutes and really just like see the house for real. That's like when you pick up on all of the pretty details that I really love. I really like that a lot, and they just don't do that with houses anymore, which I do think is a shame, but I get that it's because, you know, the cost of labor is a lot more expensive nowadays, so it's just like not realistic to be doing these houses that take so much time and effort and so many resources to make and whatnot. So yeah, it's not realistic, but I do wish that they still made really cool and detailed houses like they did back in the day. But yeah, anyway, sorry for just going on a whole rant about houses that I don't like and houses that I do like and whatnot. It's just that I am very passionate about homes and architecture and buildings and whatnot. I mean, I feel like that's not surprising to anybody because I have a whole YouTube channel dedicated to just building homes. So if you're surprised by that, I feel like that's on you. That is on you, my friend. Anyway though, sorry, we have moved on to the interior now, as you can see, and I tried to make it like pretty colorful in a way. I don't know, I used like teal. No, I don't think it's like teal. It's like more mint-ish colored walls-ish in a way. I also used that color scheme in the parents' bedroom because I was thinking that the parents like mint colored things and whatnot. But yeah, I also used like other colors because, as I did say, I was thinking that a lot of the like furniture that these people have is thrifted, so they definitely like don't have items that go together super well, and that's just how it is, and they like that sort of mismatched style a little bit. So I thought that was cute and fun, and I definitely just wanted to make it very like homely and fun and just welcoming and whatever else. You know, all of the positive adjectives, that is what I wanted this house to be and to have and whatnot. So I wanted this house to be good, I guess. But yeah, anyway, I have a bit of a like weird story about something really dumb that I did. So yesterday I went to the dentist because I was like so 100% sure that I had like a big fat cavity in my like upper jaw in the right side of my mouth, and I was just 100% sure that I had like a huge cavity and my tooth was rotting up in my mouth and it was about to fall out within the next like few days or something, because I don't know, I could feel that there was like something on my tooth and it just felt different than it normally does, and it was like super, I guess, sensitive to cold things. Like when I would take a like sip of cold water, it would kind of hurt a little bit, and I would just like be able to feel it in that side of my mouth, and it just felt different to the other teeth in my mouth, I guess. So I was just completely sure that I had a big fat cavity in that tooth. So I was like, Mom, I need to go to the dentist. So I booked an appointment the other day, and I got one for yesterday. So I went to the dentist, and when I booked the appointment, I told the lady on the phone like why I was going to the dentist. And so then when I was there the other day, like when I arrived, the dentist said, so you think you have a cavity in your mouth? And I was like, yeah, it's been like really sensitive up there. And then he said, okay, well, I doubt it, but let's take a look at it, I guess, because he had like seen me one time before. And I don't know, he's a fun guy. I really like this dentist. He's fun. Okay, so I got into the like weird dentist chair bed thing. I don't even know, I think they're so uncomfortable to be in. Anyway, but I got onto that thing, and then he took a look at my mouth, and I told him that it was like in the top right jaw, and he looked into my mouth with that like little mirror thing they have and he was like, can you like point towards the tooth where you think you have a cavity with your tongue, because I can't see anything. And then I pointed towards it with my tongue, and he was like, yeah, there's nothing there, I don't know what you're talking about. And then he said that it was because I like the reason why I feel a little bit more sensitive in that tooth is because I've been brushing too hard on my gums. So I've like, I don't know, I've made some of it go away in a way. I don't know the like right terminology for this because I'm an idiot, but yeah, apparently I'd been brushing too hard, which had like made some of my gums go away, which is scary, and I hate that so much. And the same thing had also happened for some of my other teeth in my upper jaw, which is just not great. I mean, he said that it's not like I'm gonna be at a higher risk of getting cavities on those teeth, which is a thing that I was pretty concerned about when he said that I had like lost some of my gums. I guess I was just really concerned about getting a lot of cavities. I don't want that. Okay, so yeah, he said that it wouldn't like put me at a risk of getting them, but my teeth, the teeth that it had happened to, were gonna be a little bit more sensitive than the other ones, and it's not gonna reverse, which is annoying. So I'm really upset that I was brushing so hard, but I thought that I was doing the right thing. Like, I thought that you were supposed to really go hard on your gums and like brush them really good so you could get some like blood circulation or something in them, because that is what I had been told when I was younger, when I went to the dentist, because they told me that I like did not brush enough on my gums and that they were super sensitive, so they would like bleed when they, I don't know, poked them with something. I don't know what they did, but they told me that I should brush a little bit more on my gums. But apparently this guy, my new dentist, he told me that that was like really bad advice that I got, because apparently my gums are just super sensitive, so I should not be brushing them because that has made some of them go away. Yeah, anyway, so that's really dumb, and yeah, that made me feel really stupid, because I'm just kind of a hypochondriac, and I really thought that I had a big ass cavity and my tooth was gonna fall out within the next few days or weeks or something like that. But I had just, fully convinced myself of that, and then I just did not have a cavity at all in my mouth, and I was, yeah, I don't know, I felt really dumb. And then he sat there and like gave me a little crash course on how to brush my teeth properly, as if I was like 5 years old. So that made me feel really dumb. But yeah, anyway, he's a fun guy. He's a really good dentist. I really like him. And so the way that it is in Denmark is that when you are under 18, you go to like a dentist that is connected to your school and whatever, and it's completely free of charge when you are under 18. And then when you turn 18, it like starts to cost a little bit of money, but it's basically still sort of almost free when you are between, I think, 18 and 25. So when I turned 18, I had to get a new dentist, but the like people that I had before this guy were the people that were like connected to my school system and county, whatever the heck it was. I don't even know. But yeah, those people, they had like told me a few years ago that my gums were super sensitive and I needed to like brush them. So I had just like taken that advice to heart, and I had brushed my gums for the past like few years or something, and apparently I was like hurting my gums by doing that, which is really annoying because I was literally just following like professional advice, But when I told him yesterday that that was why I was doing it, he like physically cringed. Like his entire body was just like, ooh, when I said it, because he said that it just like did not fit my phenotype at all to do that. So yeah, I don't know, I'm just kind of a little bit upset that I got that bad advice, and now some of my gums have disappeared because I followed medical advice. advice from dentists? Like, what? That's upsetting. I'm a little upset about that, but I'm glad that I don't have a cavity because I'm really scared of getting cavities. I don't really know why. I used to have some cavities in my baby teeth, but then like now as I've got my grown-up teeth, I don't have any cavities at all. I've never had one in these ones, so that's good, and I really would like to keep it that way for as long as I possibly can. So I was really scared that I had one, and I just really don't want to get them. I feel like I have really strong bones because I like very rarely get cavities, and I've never broken a bone. So yeah, I don't know, I'm pretty lucky in that sense, but I do know that it's like genetic, and some people are just more prone to cavities than others are, and I got really lucky in that department, I guess. But yeah, anyway, I'm not trying to like sit here and give medical advice and say that you should or shouldn't brush your gums. That was just like the information I got, and I was just kind of upset that it was like the wrong thing that the other people had told me. But now I know that I should not be, you know, brushing them and whatnot. But yeah, I'm not trying to sit here and say that nobody should be brushing their gums because I don't know anything. I'm just an idiot who makes Sims videos on the internet and cleans. That's my job. I'm a cleaner. Yeah, so I don't know anything about dentistry obviously. But then he also gave me a new toothbrush, like one that was a lot softer than my like normal one, the one that I have been using up until now, and I'm really happy with that. I guess it's like a little weird. I definitely have to get used to that. Why am I telling you about my toothbrush? I don't know, but it looks a lot like my dog's toothbrush, which I think is funny, so I like that, I guess. Anyway, it's definitely time for me to stop talking about my teeth now because I've been going on about them for way too long. But yeah, this is one of my favorite bedrooms in the house. I think it's so cute. Oh, and you know what? So in the new pack, Growing Together, we got the like thing with kids where they can pull out their teeth when they're loose, and it really freaks me out. I really don't like the thought of that. I absolutely hated to pull out my teeth when I was little and had loose teeth, and it was so uncomfortable, and it just like hurt so bad when it was like rocky in there, and then oh man, I hated that so much. So yeah, when they did that in the trailer, it was just so uncomfortable to me, and I have not had a kid yet with this new Growing Together expansion pack, so I haven't experienced it in the game for myself, but I really don't want to experience it. I think it's so weird. I don't like that. I don't like teeth. I really don't. But yeah. Anyway, we are just like working on the bedrooms now, and I think they're super cute. I wanted to, you know, make them very personalized and adorable, and I had a good time making them. I really do like the new furniture that we got for kids' bedrooms in the new pack, although I really don't like the like wood swatches on the new beds, the new single beds that we got in the pack. I think they're so bad. Like the bedding on them is so adorable, but then the wood swatches are just not great. I really don't like them, especially the swatches with the like sky and the cloud things on them. I think the swatches on the bed sheets are so cute, but then the wood swatches are just horrible. Like one of them is this really dark reddish tree, which is one of my least favorite tree colors in The Sims. I think it's so ugly. And then there's like the one that's a little bit more orangey, which I kind of like made work a little bit in a way, but I don't think they're cute at all, and they make me upset because like the rest of the bed is so cute, and then the wood swatch just completely ruins it for me. So I'm upset. Okay, I'm upset. But in my past few videos, I have been talking about how I don't really like Sansequoia, and I was like kind of hoping that it would grow on me because sometimes worlds do that, but I don't know, I still don't like Sansequoia. It's not one of my favorite worlds. I think it's boring and small and just not great. So yeah, I don't love Sansequoia, but when I like first went onto the map and looked at it and looked at all of the lots up close, I really fell in love with this one. I think it's so cute, and I love the view from it, and I think the lighting on this lot is really, really good from the front, which is so important for me as a builder. And I think that another thing that's like pretty good about Sansequoia is that a lot of the lots have really good lighting on them, which I just really care a lot about because that's so important to me when I have to take screenshots and like make the speed build look decent, you know. So yeah, I really care about that, and I'm very glad that Sansequoia has like decent lighting, but I still think it's very boring and just not a good world. And I really wish we had gotten 1 or 2 cribs in Growing Together because we did not get a single one. We got 4 in the base game update, but then not like any in Growing Together, which I thought was pretty weird. And I really was hoping that when we got the base game update, I like looked at the cribs and I didn't really love any of them, so I was hoping that we would get a really cute one in Growing Together. So I was really disappointed to see that we didn't get any at all. And the only one that I really like is this one that I used in this house. I think it's called like the basic one, or I don't know, it has like a basic name something like that, I don't know. And I think it's the cutest one because the swatches are like decent, but it's very boring. Like there's not much going on it, and I really would like a very cute and detailed and just adorable one, and I just don't feel like any of the cribs that we have are super cute, so I thought that was disappointing. But yeah, I feel like I've been doing really good mentally these past few weeks, because a few weeks before that, I guess, I was going through a really hard time. So I'm just very glad that now I'm like past that point in my life, I guess, and I'm just, you know, moving on to being a little bit happier and just doing a little bit better. I'm very grateful for that, and I just feel like things are okay at the moment. So I hope that you guys are feeling the same way, that things are, you know, going not too badly in your lives and whatnot, and I hope you're doing good. But on that note, this video is about to come to an end, so I just want to say thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you aren't subscribed already and you enjoy my content. I would really appreciate it, but you know, you don't have to. But yeah, you can download these houses on my gallery page. My ID on there is just LacyLena, exactly like my YouTube channel. But besides all of that, I hope you're having an amazing day, and then I cannot wait to see you all in my next video that I will be posting in just a few days. So bye everybody!